dehydrator, kohlrabi? The first thing we need to do is peel our kohlrabi. You know what? This is going to take too long. And there it is, peeled and ready for the next step. Our next step is going to be to slice this in quarters and then slice it very thin. Our goal is to keep these at about 1/8 of an inch. Mission is kohlrabi ice cream. We have one of our trays from our dehydrator, and these are just going to be spread out all the way across. We got our dehydrator fired up. We have 2 trays from this single kohlrabi with a little bit left over to snack on. And we're going to run this for 5 hours at a temp of 140. So everything's ready to go. And because this is a member of the brassica family, we are not going to put anything else with it. 5 hours was not enough. We added 2 more hours to try to make this as dehydrated and crispy as possible, because now we have to put this in the coffee bean grinder to try to make a powder. I have no idea if this is going to work. We're just hoping for the best here. Let's see what happens. All right, I think after several minutes of grinding, this is as powderized as I'm going to be able to make the kohlrabi. And it definitely has that strong brassica kind of smell to it. And next, we need our other ingredients for our kohlrabi ice cream. We got this recipe from ashleymarie.com. We've never used their recipe before. Of course, we've never actually made kohlrabi ice cream before either, but this one calls for 1 cup of whole milk. We only use 2%, so we're hoping for the best there. 2 cups of the heavy whipping cream, 3/4 of a cup of the granulated sugar, and we use cane sugar here, and then flavor to taste, whatever flavor you're inserting here. It also calls for some vanilla, but we're going to hold off on the vanilla because I'm not sure how that will play with the kohlrabi. In goes the milk. In goes the heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to need a spatula. I'll come back for that. And our sugar. I'm going to stir this all together and heat it up just a little bit before I add the kohlrabi. Let's get this dissolved. And it's heating over a medium-low heat. We're just going to warm it up enough for us to be able to stir in the kohlrabi. Okay, 2 tablespoons of dehydrated kohlrabi powder going in. Now we've got it stirred the whole way in, and according to this recipe, we should be able to let it cool back down and put it in our ice cream machine. One of the benefits of this recipe is that there are no eggs in this, so I can taste it and figure out if we need to add more. And I think, oh, that's interesting. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the kohlrabi powder and get it in the ice cream machine. Okay, the mixture is going into our Cuisinart ice cream machine, and we've had the top, this part, in the freezer for about 48 hours. Make sure it's completely frozen, and then we're going to pour it in. I ended up adding 3 tablespoons of the powdered kohlrabi just to give it plenty of taste. Make sure we're getting that total flavor profile. And we're going to put this all together. And this should take, if all goes according to plan, it should take about 30 minutes. Let's see. All right, it's been 30 minutes, so we're going to take the ice cream out of the ice cream machine, put it into a glass container, and sit that in the freezer for a couple of hours to harden even more, and then we're going to taste it. All right, this has to be the easiest ice cream recipe I've ever made. We're going to put this in the freezer, give it a couple hours, and it'll be time to try. Well, the rain just came down and cooled everything off. It was so hot earlier. And so we're gonna get out here and get some berries to have with our ice cream. Now they're getting a little bit sparse, so we're eating so many of them. But we'll have plenty. It's gonna be so good. If you didn't see our earlier video where we showcased some of the berries we're growing here, you have to check it out. Oof. I'm gonna get some of these gooseberries. They're starting to turn color. They've been on here that long, but they're gonna add a nice pop. Look at these. Yummy. I think this will do quite nicely alongside our kohlrabi ice cream. Okay, it's time to try the kohlrabi ice cream, and I am going to be 100% honest in my assessment here and see if I actually enjoy it or not. That is absolutely delicious. I can't believe this worked. It's so good. Oh, wow. And the fruit adds to it. You know, just a little bit sweet, I think. In future recipes, I would make this again for sure, and I would add maybe half the sugar. Definitely not so much sugar, but this is a mild kohlrabi flavor, and if you like kohlrabi at all, you are going to love this. Sweet kohlrabi should be a thing. This should be something you order at a gourmet restaurant. It's absolutely fabulous. 10 out of 10 would recommend. You have to try this out. There's a little bit of texture because we couldn't get the kohlrabi all the way down to a really fine powder. There's a little bit of kohlrabi texture inside, like little bits and pieces. But that's not a bad thing at all. I'm going to eat all this while I'm talking to you. Amazing. We've tried kohlrabi in the oven. We've tried it raw. We've eaten it in smoothies. And now we have kohlrabi ice cream. And I'm pretty sure this isn't going to last very long around here. We'll have to see what the rest of the family thinks. But for me, I would say this is an absolute success. And I recommend you try it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like, give us a comment, and let us know the unique ways that you try kohlrabi. And go ahead and subscribe and share. And remember, when you're with us, you're good to grow.